Good morning. I try not to go shopping too often, but over the last couple of weeks, shops have begun to open again, and I've been in one or two shops that tell you which way to go around their shop. They're giving you directions, but it's not always as clear as you think it would be. Because as you're going through the shop, perhaps there's an item that you want to see and you move over to it, crossing the way that you shouldn't be going. And also, people sometimes ignore those directions and they come towards you, and you have to try and get out of their way and keep the 2 meter social distancing. Well, the same idea sometimes is when people come to look at Christianity. They'd rather think of Christianity in the way that they want to, rather than go in the way that the Lord Jesus Christ says we should follow. Most religions say the direction to God and to heaven is to do good things. And many people, if they think of heaven at all, they think they're as good as anyone else and that God should let them into heaven. Christianity, of course, is different, in that going to heaven is not a question of how good you are, but rather how perfect Jesus Christ is and how he died on the cross for you to forgive you of your sin. People say that all religions sometimes lead to God, as if everyone is going up a mountain by different paths to reach God at the top. Christianity has the unique claim that Jesus Christ is the only way. Let me read a very well-known verse in John's Gospel, chapter 14 and verse 6. Jesus said to him, "I am the way, the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Notice in that verse, Jesus doesn't say, "I am one of the ways to God." No, he says, "I am the way." And he is saying that if anybody wants to get to God the Father, they must go through him. To use another verse in the New Testament, in Acts chapter 4 and verse 12, it says there that no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. Some have argued that by saying Jesus is the only way, that Christianity is arrogant and intolerant of others. But no one deserves to be saved. We are all guilty of sin before a holy God. Jesus said these words to someone who asked a question. It was a question from one of the disciples, Thomas, who said to Jesus, "How can I know the way?" Now, Jesus might have said, well, work out your own path, work out your own system of good works or religious achievements. But no, the Lord Jesus Christ directed Thomas, and for us today, directed them to himself. We're not saved by following a way. We are saved by Jesus. As I've said, the perfect Son of God died on the cross that we might be saved. The reason why people reject Jesus Christ as the way is not just because he said he was the only way, but because they do not want to face that they cannot know God because of their sin. Jesus Christ is the way of salvation, and he requires us to confess our sin, to humble ourselves, and to ask for forgiveness. People reject Christianity not necessarily because of the unique claim of Jesus, but because they want to save themselves. They want to create their own way to God. But just as we're going to be safe when we're going around shops and going in the right direction, well, the same with Christianity. Jesus Christ himself said, I am the only way, the truth, and the life. You see, if we're on the way of the Lord Jesus Christ, then we will know him also as the truth. And that will ensure us complete and abundant life in our life at the moment, but also in the life to come. Because the beginning of John chapter 14, he says, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And Jesus Christ is in heaven. He's prepared a place for us. And we can know him, and we will know him in heaven if we follow his way.